Sweaty for sure.
It's true.
Long time. Love you, friend.
Okay. Hey, everybody, so we're live
Hey,
for episode
we got
12.
special guests, 2 of them.
Yeah, I got 2 special guests. Right now, I got John and Alyssa from Try Harder Sometimes. Awesome comedy videos they make.
Welcome.
Yeah.
They're very funny videos. You should watch them.
All right.
Well, yeah,
Glad to have you guys with us.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun.
Right now, we're
fun
about
time.
to watch Season 5, Episode 12 of Lost, Dead is Dead.
Yes, we are. I hate having to do the math every time. Over 9 hours into our 14-hour marathon of Lost today, raising money for the
we're
White
almost
Food
9
Bank.
and a half.
Yeah.
We're working towards the back half.
Zoinked. I was like, why do these guys seem so tired? Oh my god.
That's what we look like.
I was like, are these Heroes? Are they zombies? What's happening? Oh my god, you have to wait for a million years in a time loop of purgatory.
Yeah, and not even a very good season of it.
It's kind of boring.
Just to let you guys know, since the last time I did this, I've not seen another episode of Lost.
Nice. You've still only
Excellent.
seen 3
That
episodes
is
of Lost in your
exactly
life.
the level of preparation that we expected from you.
You're in the right place.
All right.
Remember, this whole show was started to make me watch it without any sort of background backwards.
Are you invested now? Or do you still give equally not of a shit?
I'm attached to the characters, but I still hate a lot of things about the show.
Right. I feel that.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, we're gonna hit play.
I've really been, since I've been watching backwards, we still haven't gotten to the really good stuff yet.
Yeah.
Backwards from the end of the season to the beginning.
Yeah. So
first season's
I
pretty good.
experienced the series finale first. So everyone's just like, oh, so like the worst part is like out of the way for you, and I'm just like, yeah, but none of that meant anything to me.
What happened in the series finale? Can I get a spoiler?
Everyone was dead apparently the whole time.
Yeah, so nothing meant
And
anything.
everything's made up.
Okay, so
My
it's
pet
all.
theory is this was all a hallucination that the one character had as the plane crashed.
Yeah. Just realized he was dying, which is fair. Okay, so let's get ready to hit play on episode 12 here. Everyone that's watching along.
We have to do it at the same time?
Yeah, or as close as we can. Yeah.
As close to the same time as we can.
We'll do it in 3, 2, 1, go.
And we are off to the races.
Off to the races. Is dead.
So this episode is Dead is Dead.
Previously on Lost.
So you turn on like a little
Again.
Hey, so your first experience is kid murder then.
Yeah.
Oh wait, so is this your first Lost episode ever?
Me, yes.
I'm so sorry. Can we please introduce our guest today? We have returned.
You guys are so tired.
Yeah, no.
Wait,
Let's
pause
go ahead
it?
and introduce.
Or no?
No, keep going. Keep going.
No, we'll just talk over the show.
Yeah, so we'll talk over what's happening.
Yeah, so we're about
But if
40
we
seconds
could-
in.
Yeah. So we're at 40-second. We're at the 40-second mark. If anything, we can always try and adjust our timestamps with everybody.
Yeah, as we go.
But we would like to welcome returning guest John Yabez. And John, would you please introduce our additional guest?
Yes, this is Alyssa Poteet. We are part of a group called Try Harder Sometimes. We do comedy, comedy-related things.
Oh, there's a horse.
We do skateboard.
Yeah, good time, truly.
Well, I'm glad that you guys are with us. So you guys are joining us for season 5, episode 12, Dead is Dead of Lost. We already talked to John a bunch of times about Lost, but if you tell us, what's your background with Lost, if you have any?
My background with Lost, I remember when people freaked out about the Lost ending. I got into synopsis of the show relevant at multiple points because it was popular. Never watched the show, never gave a shit about the show.
Yeah.
See the show and the characters who they are for the first time. That was earlier, not this. Just like laying there this guy was resilient.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where got middle-aged Charles Widmore talking to a sweaty, shirtless young boy.
I don't
What
think
this
he's
is
like
like
quite middle aged yet.
he's
Yeah.
like 37,
Right.
or
Well,
he
he's,
looks like he's in his
yeah,
late
we know
30s.
young
We know that
Widmore.
he's going to live like a lot longer
Yeah.
than that to become old bitter man Charles Whitmore. We're right in the middle of the time travel season of Lost, so as confusing as this show is normally, it's like extra confusing in season 5.
Gotcha.
The
Where are they
small
They're traveling to the island at a time when there wasn't plane crash survivors there. What are they time traveling to?
Oh, good question.
some of them time traveled back to the 70s. Some of them time traveled who didn't leave the island traveled back far into the island's past and less far and then far again, and we're bouncing back and forth through time.
Does that tie into the whole them being dead the whole time thing? Like, why?
I the whys of this show are beyond my comprehension.
Right, okay.
All you have to say was middle-aged boy.
Yeah, so the little kid that was on the bed in the previous scene that had gotten shot, that's this bug-eyed dude.
As
Yeah.
an adult.
Child.
Can
Sim
you
is a
close
sweaty
up a little
adult.
bit? It's like hard to look at.
Well, I remember this bald guy was in a wheelchair and he worked it.
Yeah.
He was in the wheelchair, he was holding it right, and he was in the
Yeah, you got it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah,
he's
he was the sort of Charlie Brown of the show.
yeah.
Everything bad happened to him, but now he's dead because the bug-eyed dude murdered him.
Right.
Oh,
So that's not actually John Locke. That's a smoke monster pretending to be John Locke.
The smoke monster is the embodiment of evil on the island, maybe?
Yeah, I think
Or
so.
possibly just the embodiment of I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
So
We can
I
get
have a
about-
lot of sympathy for it.
Yeah. But like, I swear the best thing to is just this episode in its whatever this is presenting to us now.
you think I'm sitting on the boat?
But what was that?
Yeah, it's hard to hear what you're saying, John.
Oh, sorry. I mean, do you think they have contests? They had a competition from the cast. It was like, whose eyes can be bigger than those dudes?
No, but they definitely play the game at the cast party where they're like, hey, who am I? They're definitely doing that shit.
Yeah.
It like interestingly enough, like that character had I think they had the writers of this show had spotted him on like another like procedural show, like another cop show. I think it was like Law and Order or something like that. But he played a murderer and some kind of like child rapist, and they're like, yeah, we'll get him for Lost. And I think they ended up bringing him on for a little while, but he did so well that they ended up keeping him on. But that's this bug-eyed dude here.
He was also
Michael
the villain for like half a season of Arrow on the CW.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
villain, for
I
sure.
think I remember a part of that.
I mean,
Also-
he makes a really good villain because, like, in addition to his eyes just sort of bugging out, he doesn't always blink that much. So he reminds me of a lizard person sometimes.
If you look at his IMDb, it'll tell you that he was actually part of the cast of the first Saw movie. He ends up like he's not Jigsaw or anything, but he's like one of the pawns in the very first Saw movies.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he was a red herring guy. He was
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
It just looks so creepy. It's perfect for that kind of stuff.
That's good though to like, think about all the people with like weird faces and buggy eyes. Don't have to.
He just out in the world.
Yeah, trying to date and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like this seems normal. This seems quite regular.
Excuse me.
You know,
Maybe just a satchel. Are those their bags from the plane?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Those luggage.
This is a group of people that flew in with some of the people that survived the first plane crash and got rescued from the island, and then decided that they needed to go back. Except all most of the people that were going back to the island on this plane ended up time traveling to the 70s, while the rest of the people crash landed their plane in the present.
That's so fucking confusing.
Yeah, and it's pretty arbitrary how they decided who went where.
If they're all dead, are they in some sort of like hell cave world? Like what is the world?
Some people think that the whole island is like a purgatory thing for people to like process and like be ready to move on to another area. But in the next season, season 6, they introduce another world that the people that are on the island also exist in a separate reality that I think closer represents a purgatory of sorts, which means the island's like a purgatory for purgatory.
Guess so.
Stop it. Part 1, Part 2, Purgatory Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love the color scheme of your room.
Right? You mean?
Yeah. Great chest.
Oh,
It's just a bunch of random crap that I've bought for whatever price was available. Like it's just like, oh yeah, no, I've got black sheets and a blue towel that I put out over my pillow because I sweat a lot, and I don't have to wash my pillowcases often.
Yeah, that's good thinking.
mine here is that a mole? Oh, I thought it was a tear. I think that's just his face.
No, this is the part where he kidnaps a baby.
Oh, that's why they showed the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do something to that baby. Get a baby. Something's gonna happen.
Okay.
So that was in the past when he kidnapped the baby, and now we're back to the present
Yeah, we
because
that was the past.
why not?
Yeah. And then there's the baby growing up. We see a lot of
It could
flashing
be a
back and forth.
movie like this. You can put it's not like subtitles, but you can like put it on, and it'll say in the corner "past," and then you know you follow it.
So that
It
you
would
know what
also
year
help
everything
if they
is.
like changed sort of the colors and stuff.
Yeah.
Like if they made the past like sepia.
Yeah.
There's some kind of visual change.
Or just like desaturation.
Hmm.
If it's slow, you know?
Yeah, like the further back in the past you go, the more it's just black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
but
would be nice.
these idiots know about making films. They will never know what we know.
Yeah. J.J. Abrams needs to listen to our advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to listen to somebody. That last hour movie was awful.
It was real bad.
Oh,
But I like The Mandalorian.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's coming back next month.
Yeah.
Is it?
next month
Yeah.
already? Damn.
Yeah, end of next month, I believe. The 30th is supposed to be the premiere for next season.
Wow.
No. They don't drop all the episodes all at once. They do it like one a week until they.
That's the way
Right,
they did it
yeah,
last time.
okay.
Yeah.
I still haven't watched it, so I'm gonna wait for them to all go out, get dropped, and then I'll get my 7-day free trial. Watch them all, maybe backwards. From Chad
Yeah.
style.
Wait, so are you gonna wait until they're finished with the entire series?
Don't know. 'Cause I would like to do it sooner rather than later, just to get on it. Understand any of these memes about Baby Yoda.
All of the memes
Wait.
about Baby Yoda is just he's cute.
Yeah.
That's all.
There's no real deeper meaning there. It's like, look at this adorable thing.
Yeah.
Wait, what was there? I'm sorry, I don't know if I missed it. I was staring at the series. Was there a reason why you're holding off on the series?
Just that I didn't want to get Disney Plus. Like, I don't want to pay for it, so I'm
Ah,
just gonna
I
use a
see.
7-day free trial to do it. So I'm just kind of waiting to when's the right time to do that.
I don't know.
I see.
Is there some sort of, besides self-sabotage and just like ridiculousness, like is there some sort of consumer gain to watching?
To want to what now?
To watching the series backwards. I'm losing everything.
Oh man, it sinks us into the depths of madness, which
Yeah.
works for the podcast.
I think it's a
Right.
fun journey.
For sure.
It's been pretty dope.
Part of it is like to see how confused the person who's never seen it before is. And another part of it is just to get like an extra point of view, because when David had originally came up with the idea for this show, we weren't going to do Lost. It was David wanting to do this to himself.
Yeah.
And watch Game of Thrones backwards.
This is only supposed to take 2 years.
At the time,
yeah.
Game of Thrones wasn't done.
Yeah.
So
we started.
That's a man that wants to suffer.
Yeah, so it was just like, let's try this with another show. And David was like, I don't know what kind of show would be good for this. And I'm like, something with like really dense mythology, like a Lost kind of thing. And he's like, yeah, but I watched Lost. And I'm like, I didn't. So he's like, perfect. We're going to do
Yeah,
Lost.
you just volunteered yourself. That's the first guinea pig.
No.
Sometimes good ideas just drop into your lap.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys watched a show called Naked and Afraid.
Yeah.
It's my favorite show.
But you know that these kinds of when you go live, you know,
Survival.
It's hard to hear you, John.
you get me?
Yeah. No, okay.
Like Naked and Afraid, the survivors get like PSR. It's a rating of the survivors.
Oh yeah.
So like, what would you say? It's out of a 10.0 scale. So like, what would you think these people's PSR would be? Yeah, it seems like there's no estimate.
Survivalists will usually get between like a 6.5 and an 8.
Yeah.
Huh.
I think I've got a good amount of like academic knowledge on stuff, but I actually haven't had to do anything. Like start a fire, I've read about how to start a fire, like 10 different ways to start fires, but I've never had to do it without a lighter.
Yeah, I think I'm in that same camp too, or saw a similar one. Like, I read about how to insulate your body a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to get fucking leaves into my goddamn shirt. You know?
Yeah, I've never done it because that would be uncomfortable.
Are we rating ourselves on how likely we are to survive on that 1 through 10 scale?
Oh, how well would you be able to?
Because I will give myself the exact same thing as my high school cumulative GPA, a 1.6.
Yeah, I probably around the same. I would not survive very long.
Yeah.
I would wanna have the hubris to believe that I would stick around longer and then realize I don't know jack shit and then die on an island.
Yeah.
If I was going to be generous to myself, it would be a 2. Like, I'm still going to die, but maybe I last longer than night 3.
Swear to God, I'm just gonna eat the wrong spider on day 2 and just be like, it's red and black, right? That's the ones to put in your mouth. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Sounds like I'm gonna eat all you motherfuckers and make it to the extraction point.
I'm going to fail to build any shelter, put a bunch of leaves on me, and something's going to crawl off the leaves, kill me, and I'll die.
Yeah.
You're just gonna turn us into
I'll have your meat, eat it, and then I'll sit in your skin to right up the
Well, you can
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, Tauntaun
you can
style.
turn us into the life rafts. Like it's just a life rafts of dead us.
Boom, there you go. Just blow it up.
Or if you don't eat the meat, you can just wait for our bodies to bloat naturally.
Yeah. No float.
Yeah.
No, definitely gonna eat the meat though. Y'all look delicious. Like,
I like to think of myself as finely marbled.
Oh man.
they look like they're having a really intense like Survivor like pre-vote conversation.
Yeah. It's all the lantern lights.
I'm sorry, is that a baby?
Yeah.
I just decided a baby would be a good idea.
He was sent on a murder mission and came back with a baby. Like,
That's sort of the
His fake
opposite
mom.
of murdering
Yeah.
someone.
Yeah.
It's like, we want you to eliminate this person. Well, I have her baby.
Did you kill the French woman? Well, I took her baby. That's kind of the same
Yeah.
thing.
It's like killing her
I think we're on
soul.
the same page
So I
here.
mean, that's basically the same thing, right?
Like she'll never be the same again. I've caused serious trauma.
That's why we don't ever send you out on kill missions anymore. They're coming back with babies.
Coming back with babies and psychologically damaging other people.
Yeah.
Death
it's
is
like-
better.
They wanted like a straight killer dude, and instead they sent out the fucking Riddler.
He's like,
This
I'll let
the other guy.
Ron
you
Weasley.
questions correctly.
Wrong Weasley, that guy.
No, that's a bug eyed guy.
Oh my god, that shot
That's not
with
Ron
his
Weasley.
hair. I'm so big. So big.
He's supposed to be like 20 or something in this.
Yeah.
Right now, he's not.
It's Harry Potter's best friend, right?
He's a young
know
man,
what?
yeah.
You know what? He's supposed to be. They're supposed to flash him back to 20.
Oh, that guy. I'm gonna go back to. He looks like a fucking creep comedian. I know.
You know what? I swear, this seems like it was the actor's idea. Michael Emerson.
The
he just
eyelashes
felt like,
guy?
I can play 20-year-old.
Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, it's, it's comb my hair the right way. It's fine.
Yeah. It's like modern day me. Like I did get a haircut.
Yeah, everybody loves Brandon.
Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of old, I started finding more gray hairs since it's been in quarantine and my hair's getting longer. It's a lot easier to see my gray hairs. I've got like 40 gray hairs on my head now.
Yeah. Not David.
I don't know, I'm getting old.
You're gonna die.
The inexorable passage of time. That's what's happening.
That's there. It goes to the mind. To the heart.
At one point, I was trying to trim all the white hair out of my beard,
Right.
and I've since just said, "Fuck it, there's too much." Like I'm just like cutting patches out at this point, and I'm just like, no. This is how I gotta live now.
I legit.
Dope, own it. It's like battle scars from surviving life.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's like enjoy all this great. I've got all this bullshit going on up here.
Yeah.
I literally asked my wife to buy like some hair dye this week. I was like, it's about time. It's time for me. To
I think
pretend
having
Yeah.
like that one gray patch over there, it's like it looks like an interesting character design.
Yeah.
You know what's weird?
Like if
Is,
someone
my-
was drawing you.
Yeah, my dad has this exact same thing, and my
Oh,
grandfather had this
right there,
exact same
same
thing.
spot.
It's
Oh, it's genetic.
generational.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just like, you're gray, but motherfucker, you're gray right here, and
Just right
that's
there.
it, and that's the end of you.
Wow.
Can I just say something? This guy is,
You gotta say it louder.
Wait, one more time?
He's talking about the Lapidus.
Oh, yeah.
I missed the rest of it.
oh, I
The guy in
said,
the pilot uniform.
yeah, I said, why is he dressed like a retired porn star?
I know that is a
Eyebrows so
fucking
big.
that's a plunging like pilot's uniform.
Yeah. Got that chest hair.
You know, as soon as I crashed, I decided to get more air going on in this whatever this pilot suit is. Look at this. Like I don't know if the buttons are ripped.
It's too much for me.
If the buttons are ripped, I get it.
Ah,
And that's a choice.
this is pretty cool. This is
At
pretty
this point, it's just a choice.
Yeah.
I think I need my Neosporin. This is pretty cool.
Are there a number of scenes early on with Lapidus and Desmond
Not really.
in the series?
I don't think they really ever interact much at all.
Yeah, I don't
Oh.
think
Maybe
so.
once or twice.
Because it'd be kind of interesting to watch the two of them just be like, no, I have too many buttons on. I'm gonna go low.
By the end of
Like,
this,
there's two characters, both of whom are just like, no, I need to show my chest.
no.
It's like, guys, I don't think you understand. It's important to the story, and we're trying to tell a good story here for the people. I don't know why it turned into kind of Bill Cosby there at the end, but you get it.
Yeah. He was an executive producer.
I feel like every time you have to wear this pilot uniform.
Yeah, right. She looks so uncomfortable, dude. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like these fillers too. Like, everything about this man makes me uncomfortable. I'm sorry.
You gotta watch
And
Lawnmower
now
Man.
better.
Yeah, he's very uncomfortable making in Lawnmower Man.
Oh.
He looks like he hasn't unclenched her butthole this entire experience.
It's like, excuse me, let me show you my secret, murdering wall.
Oh, wow. Ba-boom.
This is where I keep my clothes.
Yeah, like
This
how
is
there's a
where I
lot.
murder.
Ew.
Get out of
What a
here.
loser.
Did you see his fedora wall
Yeah.
when he was walking
like-
in?
That's awful.
It's for his trips
You know what's
to
crazy?
Russia.
You know what's great about this is like they had to have a contractor that built a house around a secret ancient entrance. Like somebody had to drywall around
Yeah.
all of
Truly.
Someone in the Dharma
Contract.
Initiative had to do that
that. Yeah.
for some
It's
reason.
only the Dharma folk. Why would you go through the effort of building a door into the wall with all the hieroglyphics, setting a set of stairs, only to have like a hole to crawl through? Full of-
Bear from the fucking, like, belly button.
Yeah, like make that nice. Put some paintings in that hallway.
Yeah.
Make it big. Make it walkable.
Carve it out.
It's like,
Don't half-ass a job.
it's like, well,
Like we made some stairs into the the nothing that you're gonna be
Yeah.
walking into.
What do you think that pit smells
No,
like?
it's an intentional passageway, but they also really want you to work for it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it smells terrible.
That's gotta like
Yeah,
waft up
yeah.
into the house. Like his house has to smell like a dank pit.
Yeah, yeah. Like
I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah.
he's got nothing but Glade air fresheners in this particular house.
Yeah.
And all people smell is like fucking cinnamon apple and dank pit.
wait, there's like houses and stuff?
And-
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
this
in the
particular-
70s, there was like a company that sort of colonized the island, and they like were bringing people over to do like experiments and shit.
And then
So these are
This-
the houses from that company.
yeah. And
company also
yeah.
owned submarines.
Yeah.
Or at least a submarine.
I like how his hair is supposed to be like, this is a younger version of this guy, but he was
Yeah.
There's just a little fuller.
It looks like
I
it's the
swear, if
50s,
it
but
was-
this would have been like 1998 or something.
Yeah.
See, it would be helpful if they had that.
Yeah. Any kind of date would be nice.
Yeah, I know. Dude, this is why I never watch dramas. It's just like it's bad, or just like things are just like not like they are in real life. And a comedy, I feel like to the ends of a joke, I enjoy that. I can get with that. But when everything's so serious, I can't like not break from the suspension of disbelief and just watching and enjoying it to like take outside myself to be like, that's silly, and laugh at it. Like, look at that, dude. No one cracks jokes in any of these shows. Like, no one cracks any jokes ever. Like,
Yeah, the sort of heightened state that things have to exist in for a lot of shows. Like, it's difficult for some people to watch to begin with, and then you throw in all the bullshit that happens on Lost,
Right.
and it's just like, yeah, no, if you're not into this kind of thing to begin with, like, I'm willing to give it a lot of rope because I'm just like, yo, there's smoke monsters and polar bears and like time travel and dead people that look like people that were alive at one point. Okay, I'm willing to entertain all of this. And then I watch the show and it's just like, why is this all about a fucking love rectangle between a bunch of assholes?
Yeah, that's with a lot of shows. I feel like they'll have a really dope world and a cool premise, and they'll focus on this weird, watered down love story.
Hmm. Yeah, like I want to. I would have been way more into the end of the show if it was more about the smoke monster murdering people and being a smoke monster instead of being an old guy.
No. He barely ever turns into the smoke monster. He's just being a creep.
Like he was a smoke monster a lot more often before like we knew that he could be a person.
Yeah. And he was much scarier as a smoke monster.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That they did definitely, of course on purpose, because then you get this unknown thing that they didn't have to define for seasons. And what's more, fear-inspiring than your own imagination? So you can just put whatever you want on that thing, and then that's what it was. And then when they gave it a shape and they didn't even give it a name, which is interesting, because they just gave it a personality, and it became like a person. You're like, I'm not afraid of this.
Yeah.
Like, well, and then like the previous seasons feel like a betrayal. But it's only now that it's been defined, and it's a definition of a writer, not like of like whatever your imagination can concoct. That people are just all like, yeah, this whole show, it's like built as like a ship in a bottle. You pull that shit wrong, it'll just collapse, and people felt the collapse in this bottle being made. This ship being made in a bottle, and then some people could salvage what was good about it.
No.
I think I'm in the latter camp. But it did have like all these. It did have its own quirks and foibles, and they're like spilled out in every single episode. And then it forms like a kind of camp, and then people just were like down for it. Like it had its own version of campiness, where some things like the watchers are willing to accept, and then because you don't get an answer, because there's no way to satisfy everybody on what this island is, what the smoke guy thing is, and I think they knew that going in, but it had been so overhyped that it just like, yeah. I'm talking too much, but you get what I'm saying.
Right. It asks too many questions to be able to answer them all, so it can't. You're able to really get a satisfying ending to it.
Yeah, for a lot of folks that weren't willing to accept whatever the show decided it was, because the show became like, I think the show kind of came into itself, but essentially like all this other stuff when it started, because this is season 5 and this show wraps up at season 6, so now they're starting to answer questions. And before, in previous seasons, they would give you an answer and then replace the answer. They gave you 2 more mysteries or 3 more mysteries, and that was like the economy of the show that kept that engine running from week to week. But now, while it's cooling off, people are starting to get more answers, and the show is starting to like wane in its popularity. But it was like a crazy ass. It's almost like a magic trick what they did for the show.
Wait, when they reveal that they're dead the whole time, is that like the first season finale or?
Well, the general idea is like in the 6th season it gets convoluted because the dead the whole time is like part of the second story arc, which happens in a separate world, where the original world, which happens on island, is more so they're trying to stop an entity from getting off and spreading evil to the world. So because those concepts are so general, and because they're like the idea of stopping the spread of evil versus the idea of stopping this guy from detonating nukes, I think was a little bit of a harder concept for people to grasp.
We tell similar but different stories in parallel worlds, and this time we're in a parallel world. Now,
what is that? One more time?
What am I supposed to learn from this? What is the point of the show?
Well, it's just supposed to be a fucking mind fuck and a brain
It's
twist.
annoying.
That's right.
To just be a mind fuck for the sake of being a mind fuck, but fuck you. You're just being a douche.
See, yeah, I hear what you mean, and I think this show, like the whole general concept and idea of this entire show, I think you can view it as a Rorschach test. Either you see what you want in it, and it gives you some kind of means of satisfaction, or you see all the disappointments and the flaws of it, and then that's what your focus pulls towards, and you're just like, fuck the show. But there are some things to pull out of it. I think the thing that this show did great was when it was focusing on the human drama and the relationships between the characters. That's where it was like cooking. But some of the internal logic and the magical elements of it doesn't hold together. But I think people are willing to forgive that because of the connection you feel with the characters. You know.
Yeah, I wouldn't know because I'm over here judging.
Yeah, the show's also
So why?
it's just so heavily serialized that you can't just pick up any random episode and watch it and get into the show. I think there's so much background to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you feel like disconnected from all these characters, but I guess the fun part is like you can still see what's on the screen, and there's enough weirdness for it to like kind of work.
Yeah.
I feel like that's him trying to squint his eyes, and now they're normalized size.
Oh, that guy has gorgeous hair.
I would
Oh my god, he shot him.
Wait. I hate this place so much.
Gunshot or none?
Ah,
Oh,
wow, boom.
well, I thought he shot the guy.
Well,
Yeah,
it doesn't kill him. It's not dead.
Yeah. It's just left for dead. What's the difference?
actually, so do they have to do like Naked and Afraid type survival shit? Driving.
On this show? You're asking if they do some Naked and Afraid survival shit?
Yeah, like is a part of the narrative, like them having to survive the elements.
I think
I think
initial
that's part of like the first
It's first season kind of
few
stuff.
episodes before they
Is this-
start finding out like all of the hidden like hatches and bases and weird stuff on the island, abandoned labs,
Yeah.
Yeah,
another island.
yeah, but big parts of the first season are just about trying to survive on the island and interpersonal relationships and a lot less mythology.
Yeah, she's got great eyebrows.
You guys ever made a torch? Like instead of
like a hand torch?
yeah, like a hand torch. Like yeah,
No, I've only had
No.
flares, like road motherfucking flares. But
That's
I've never
pretty
had
cool.
to I never carried. Have you ever carried a hand torch?
I did once. Yeah, on Kauai, we didn't
Yeah.
have a flashlight. We went to the beach at night out on the west side, and we had lighter fluid and we had a towel we stole from the hotel. So I just wrapped that
damn.
around the stick and lit it on fire, and it was pretty cool. But it got way too big, and I was like, "Oh, this is not comfortable to walk around with." So I only had it for a couple minutes.
I see. Yeah, they're like these movie ones. They use the exact right chemical concoction for
Yeah.
television, but then like in real world, they're like, oh, here we go, some lighter fluid, and oh wait,
It's too big,
that's too big, it's too big.
Too much fabric, or the stick's not long
Yeah.
enough.
This is not good. I'm feeling way too much heat from this stick. It's just providing light, not light and death.
Yeah. I didn't sign on for that. What'd you say, John?
Sorry, I thought you were giving me the very New York.
Gotta go again.
I don't think it's playing up for repeat. So.
The moment, yes.
Okay.
Thank John. Wait, the Club John. You should plug Club John.
Oh yeah, if you guys haven't joined Club John.
Yeah, are
Oh.
you guys in Club John?
Yeah, Club John's
Yeah,
fun.
I'm in Club John.
Yeah,
I'd
John.
like to be a part of Club John.
You should join the-
No, really.
Yeah, we're open. Club John.
The
is-
John Club.
You're technically the most Johnish out of me and AJ, David.
Yeah, I know. I think
Like,
I got added
You
by
have
accident.
almost all the correct letters.
Like there's a John in my name, my last name. I think that's how I think the algorithm caught me by accident.
No, I don't think it's an algorithm. I think it's Yabez.
I invited everybody on my friends list.
So why didn't you get one, AJ?
I think I got one. Did I get one? I don't know. I gotta go check. I haven't been checking my Facebook
That's
regularly.
probably what it is.
To be honest.
You think you're better than me? That's
AJ's all about that TikTok now.
Well, I'm like
I'm
improving.
checking my social media.
It's a lot of. Well, I don't know. That's like the last social media thing that I've been looking at. But I will jump on.
Yeah, Club John, dude.
This is the smoke monster. You said this turned into a man?
Say again.
You said this turned into a man?
Yeah,
Well, in the last season, it's
and this season too. John
its
Locke.
origin as a man.
Yeah.
Just to get too hot.
He becomes John Locke. See, this is interesting.
Alex. Oh my god, they're so corny, these special effects.
They're not good.
Yeah.
It's like Sci-Fi Channel stuff. But yeah, this is one of those things. Like the smoke monster in earlier seasons was this thing that like would judge people and show them their past, and then it like all gets dropped in the sixth season. Like it's not like a
They kept
tool of
changing
anything.
what the smoke monster was too, right? I mean, he was a security system, then he was a judge, then he was a judge again, then he was a security system, then he was just a monster, and then he was a man without a name.
Yeah, who was planning things this whole time and moving chess pieces around. Not really.
Yeah.
Yeah, the real smoke monster was the friends we lost across the way.
When he transformed into the man, the smoke monster, he still trying to be like scary and stuff like that. So pop up behind people.
Say again?
Oh man, I'm sorry. That was wrong I just said. I feel like my voice is at a frequency where I can't be heard.
Yeah, something about.
I feel like my voice goes fine.
Yeah, I hear a lot more of what Alyssa says than John.
Oh, why do I have
Just like use your diaphragm.
or maybe like speak at a different pitch. I don't know.
Yeah,
We're asking you to yell into the mic at this point. No. But
try a different pitch.
Like it might not be like a loud thing. Like it might be a tone thing.
Yeah. So just try speaking a little bit higher pitch, and then we'll try it lower. We'll zero in on it.
I'm John Yabez.
Don't think that was John.
You would never.
Yeah.
I thought you were an open door club. No rules.
Okay, so we only got about a minute left in the episode. Do you want to thank you two for coming on? Sorry we couldn't hear you, John, but I'm glad you came.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Where can people find you and see your guys' stuff? Instagram, YouTube,
Yeah, thank you
Facebook?
very much.
right?
Thank you.
Find you
Yeah.
guys at Try Harder sometimes. Check them
Yeah,
out.
we're gonna try her sometimes on all social media.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
You guys.
Tuesdays and Thursdays. Because we couldn't decide between Try Harder Tuesdays or Try Harder Thursdays. So we're like,
Oh.
Try harder both days.
Yeah, Try Harder both days.
Tuesdays, I tried.
Okay, everybody. That was episode. Is that 12? I don't know. 13.
I just caught the
12.
end.
Yes, episode 12. It's been episode 12. We'll be back in a couple minutes with episode 13. Something Like It Hot. Ooh, a Star Wars episode. So yeah, don't go
All right.
anywhere. Thank you for watching. But yeah, don't leave or else. Okay, bye.
We still have to do this. Please don't abandon
Yeah.
us.